Hi everybody, I'm Janine and you're watching Journals and Journeys.
What's it called? What's the channel called?
Journals and Journeys.
Hanging out at Journals and Journeys.
Hi, welcome to Journals and Journeys, or the other way around.
Today I have another review for you, and that is that I will be reviewing the EP by Halflives, Resilience. That's an EP that recently came out, and I must say I've been very much looking forward to it. And I would have seen them live in Munich a couple weeks ago, but sadly due to the outbreak of the corona pandemic, I couldn't attend their show, and you all know what happened now to all the gigs. They're getting cancelled like crazy, so I thought the least I can do is give their EP a thorough review because they deserve it. They put so much effort into it, and the result is truly amazing.
Wish I was a rock star living in LA, driving in my fast car far away. Monday in a sidecar, chisel with my face. I wish I was a rock star right away.
So this is a song that starts off the album, and it's called Rockstar Every Day. I've already reviewed this in one of my monthly favorites, so I will be linking that up there and down there in case you want to check it out in more detail. So I'm just going to say a couple words about the song, and that it's not only incredibly catchy and a little more poppy than the usual stuff that Halflives did, but I'm totally here for this new sound as well. But that it's really cool and unique in the way that it uses the electronic distortion effect, especially in the pre-chorus and at the end of the chorus with the Rockstar Every Day. That is so cool. But I must say my favorite line of this entire song is in the very beginning, which is, "And cover up your bullshit with the scent of my cologne." Love that song, love that song, love that line, love that song, love everything about it. And what this song as a message kind of communicates to me is that sometimes you're in this position where you wish you were someone else or something else, and that is this: I wish I was a rock star living in LA, driving in my fast car far away. Because we imagine this rock star lifestyle being like really easygoing, doing whatever you want, being confident, being comfortable with what you are, having people look up to you, being like, oh my god, what you're doing is amazing, and kind of wanting that lifestyle. And driving in my fast car far away, like in LA. I've been to LA a couple times, so when I hear that, I automatically have like the picture of like Mulholland Drive or Rodeo Drive or like the Hollywood Hills or like the A1 in my head, where you're like driving in this old convertible, just being like, look at me living the life. And that is just like the kind of moments where you in your own life are not quite happy with how things are going or with who you are, have that, I don't know, whatever reason, being that people telling you that, or you just feeling out of place, so you just wanting to be someone else. And then there's this line which is, let me have one more drink so I feel even worse. Sometimes we try to use alcohol or just anything else to fight the symptoms, like fighting this uneasiness or whatever, instead of going for the cause of our unhappiness or our uneasiness. And let me have this one more drink so I feel even worse. Like, it doesn't help fighting the symptoms. You need to go for the core of the problem. Yeah, that is what Rockstar Every Day translates for me. Also, the music video is like on point when it comes to aesthetic. I just want to throw that out there. So that's the second song off the EP, and it's called Snake. And now you maybe know why I was very adventurous in wearing a snake print shirt. Sadly, I don't have any Halflives merch. I'm sorry, guys. I will buy some when I have the chance, but yeah. So I thought I'll do the closest thing that I can get to representing this EP, which is the snake shirt. But yes, Snake for me is a little bit of a change of perspective because it takes on the evil perspective. When it comes to symbolism, a snake is kind of this in-between thing of good and evil. And it is also what I think is really interesting, a symbol of birth and regeneration. So in the context of the song, I feel like the snake is a sense of rebirth after a relationship has gone wrong, or you're kind of moving out of this bad place. You feel reborn, you feel that you have a new sense of strength, and now you're coming to take revenge, basically. And what indicates this for me are lines such as, "I'll twist the knife and leave you with a vicious ache." That is basically, in the song, you're taking on the perspective of the perpetrator, and you are the one giving back the pain. Like, "Pain I hadn't, then I found my place" is a line from the very beginning of the song. And that basically showed that you were the one in pain, but now you've grown out of it, you've grown stronger, and now you can be the one taking revenge, returning the pain, be that good or bad, that you're going for that. And also in the bridge, "Karma will come collect the debt." Like, your soul is a price that you won't forget. Like, that person that caused you wrong, you're like, karma will come for you. Like, you'll get what you deserve. Because baby, I'm a snake. Like, I can also creep in, and I can also be bad, not only you. I can speak with two tongues, not only you. So for me, this is a little bit of a revenge anthem. So yeah. And it's also very different from the other stuff Halflives has done, and to me that's really interesting when bands start experimenting with new sounds and also a little bit new genres sometimes, because this has these distorted areas as well, which I think is highly interesting.
3 years on the road to find myself so broke. One more show and I explode. I'm out of time. I've been sitting on a time bomb, pretending I'm okay. Time bomb, pretending it's okay. Now I know I couldn't beat the clock. All I hear is tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I've been sitting on a time bomb, pretending I don't care.
As you might have already gathered from the chorus, this song is called Time Bomb, and it's a feature song. It features Kellen Quinn, which I think is really dope. And Time Bomb also has some lyrics that stand out that I want to quickly go over. That is in the very beginning, for example, that "one more show and I'll explode," showing that you're already at the limit, that if there's one more, like sometimes you have this feeling when you're in a situation, you're like, if one more thing happens, then I'll just boil over. If one more thing happens, then I'll explode. Like, then it's done. Then I can't hold it in any longer. And that for me connects with the line, flames growing higher and higher. And like this burning anger, this disappointment, this whatever, like this emotion just like keeps on going higher and higher. And it's harder for you to keep it in, to contain it. And you feel like you're really tensing up in order to hold everything in and not to go off. And I want to go over the beginning of the chorus, which is that "I'm out of time," and then there's like this stop, and then it goes into the "I'm insane" and "I'm time bomb." I really love that break that it's giving us, because it's kind of this calm before the storm. Before the bomb goes off, there's this sense of relief. It's like everyone's holding their breath, like, oh, it's about to happen, and then it like hits you. And that I think is done very well musically in this song. I love the feature part of Kellen Quinn, which begins with the "Now I know I couldn't beat the clock. All I hear is tick tock, tick because you can anticipate the point of explosion. So yeah, Time Bomb is probably my favorite song on the EP at the moment. That might change, but right now I think it's my top song.
And the days go by, what am I waiting for? Doctor, I'm not fine. Give me a ride and feel alive. Something to survive. 'Cause it's another bad day. I'm just one bad day away from giving up. It's just another bad day. I'm just one bad day away from blowing up.
Moving on to the next song of this EP, and that's One Bad Day. This is a lot heavier from tone and a lot softer from the sound. Like, we have no distortions or heavy guitars or heavy drums. It's just very fluid, and in a way it really matches the tone of the lyrics. It's very, very sad, very captivating, but it also brings an easiness to it. Like, it's not super heavy to the point where you're like, oof, this is depressing. It's almost like passing by, like this one bad day is just passing by you. And the song starts off with, I swear it's the last time on my bathroom floor, and later that lyric changes into that I don't pick up the phone. This kind of stands for the isolation you might put yourself under if you're in a bad mental state and you want yourself to stop, like you want to re-enter life. You don't want to be this person lying on your bathroom floor by yourself, sobbing, giving up on life. You want to get out of it. And that is also what is shown in that line, like, doctor, I'm not fine. Like, give me something to feel alive, something to survive. Like, you wanting to fight for it, you wanting to get back into life. And the first step to that is kind of admitting that you're not fine, that you do need help, and that in a way you feel empty, you feel lost, you feel drained, and you just can't get out of it. And what is also really important to understand is that if you are in a bad place mentally, that it will be a journey getting out of it, and there will be days where you'll feel just fine, you'll be good, you'll be like, hey, I'm getting out of this, I'm getting better. But then there will be days that will just pull you down, and you just can't let yourself be stopped by that. You have to accept that it is a journey, and that is not a change that will happen overnight, but that you're just gonna have to put in a lot of hard work. And it's okay to not be okay, and just talk to other people about it, because that will just help you to make it better. And there is gonna be this one bad day, there's gonna be another bad day and another, but part of the whole thing of recovery or of getting better is that you accept that you know there's good days, that there's bad days, but all that will pass if you just put your mind to it and go with it.
Keep me down and lost in 1,000 lights. You made me believe I don't belong here. Just give me back my crown. I'm fed up of all your lies. 'Cause I'm hard to break, and I'm here to stay. Oh, I've had enough of keeping my calm. Singing, oh, 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 can I stand up tall? Oh, I've had enough of keeping my calm. Time to get up from the bathroom floor. Gonna stand up tall, 'cause I'm hard to break.
So Hard to Break is the last song on the EP, and it was also the last single to come out. The cover for the single is actually an elephant, which I think is very fitting, because this song is about strength about resilience, and therefore I think the perfect closure for the entire EP. A few lines that stand out I do want to review now. For example, the very first line. I've written them down so I don't forget them. Every time I fall, you know I will feel it, and you won't keep me down. And then you just give me back, just give me back my crown. I'm fed up with all your lies. That for me is representative of being in the situation where you're like, I want to take back control of my life, I want to take back control of my confidence, and I want to take back control of my identity, because that is something that can get lost if you're in a toxic relationship, be that in like a love relationship with your partner, or even be that in a relationship with a friend that, or should I say friend that will drag you down. Is really nicely done in the chorus, that you have this keep on, because I'm hard to break and I'm here to stay. I've had enough of keeping my calm. And that is kind of this moment where you're like, I'm gonna stand up for myself now. I'm not gonna keep my mouth shut anymore. I'm not gonna keep my head down anymore. If something's wrong, if something's bothering me, I'm gonna say it. And whatever you do, I'm gonna be here stronger. I'm gonna stand up tall, and I'm gonna be myself. And there's also something that, I don't know if you heard that in that little clip, but there's a second voice that sometimes comes in the chorus, and there's this one part where it says, oh no, you're not good enough. And that is kind of this quiet whisper in your head that might either be someone directly have said that to you, or just like in the air due to what you think society is thinking, or what your parents are thinking, what your friends are thinking, what other people are thinking. It's always like this, you're not good enough, but you're just not listening to that because you're hard to break and you're stronger now, so you won't let that come to you and affect who you are. And these little whisper parts is also something that happens in Snake, and I think that's a very cool stylistic element that they added, and it also connects the two singles. There's also another lyric that connects this song to another song on the EP, Time to Get Up from the Bathroom Floor. So this is basically the counter song to One Bad Day, which begins with lying on the bathroom floor, and this is like, okay, it's time to get up from the bathroom floor now and go into resilience mode, go into attack mode. And that is, I think, a beautiful message to end this with. That is, no matter what happens in your life, no matter what shit happens to you, no matter what drags you down, you always have the chance to grow from it, grow stronger from it, and then stand all the storms that are to come. So with Hard to Break, we mark the end of my review, and thank you so much to everyone who's watched this. And just in case someone of Halflives is watching this, just want to say I appreciate you very much, and I appreciate this EP a lot, especially in such a crazy time like this. So to everyone out there, stay safe, stay healthy, stay resilient, and we will get over this, we will get through this, and in the meantime, I hope to see you in another video. Bye!